Hi everyone. Everywhere you look in cybersecurity, people talk about preventing breaches. But what happens when prevention fails? What if you, the CIO or CISO, discover your company is being breached? Not yesterday, not hours ago, but months later. And the attacker already exfiltrated the data to the dark web. In this video, I'm going to walk you through real breach scenarios. Very few videos talk about this. People talk more about prevention. Here, when the damage is already done, in this video, you'll understand the real time situation and what needs to be done. Situations like ransomware that encrypted your servers and stole your data, or an attacker who snuck in which compromised admin credentials. Most importantly, I'll tell you who does what, from the SOC team to legal to the CEO, and how to act fast to minimize damage. Let's set the scene. It's a quiet Monday morning, no alerts, no loud alarms, and then an irregular email coming from your SOC team, a potential compromise discovered by threat intel. After investigation, you realize your servers were breached 3 months ago. Admin credentials were stolen, lateral movement happened, and critical data is now on dark web. This is where the incident response playbook kicks in, not just for security analysts, but for leadership. Whether it's a ransomware or credential compromise, every incident shares 6 key phases. Let's break down who does what using a RACI matrix. RACI is responsible, accountable, consult, informed. It's a matrix security teams use to determine roles. CISO, the Chief Information Security Officer, coordinates across the security, IT, executive leadership, legal, and PR. The CISO declares the incident and leads the strategy and communicates status to the board, keeps the team focused under the pressure. This is a very, very important aspect for a CISO in such situation to make sure things are managed under pressure. Number two, the CIO, the Chief Information Officer, ensures the technology team executes the containment and recovery actions, works with the CISO to prioritize system restores, interface with business units on system impact. And three, the SOC and security admin team, they are the ones who detect, investigates, and scopes the breach. And they isolate the compromised systems, identifies lateral movement and threat persistence, help preserve logs and evidences for forensic analysis. The forensic or the incident response team. In many organizations, this is outsourced because this is not a real time situation. It is it is mostly a SOS situation where one-off breach happens and you need a incident response or forensics. So many times these are managed by third-party vendors. However, large enterprises do have these teams in-house. The forensic incident response team performs deep analysis of malware or unauthorized access, determines what was stolen, how it was stolen, and when it was stolen, supports cleanup and eradication. The legal and compliance team, they determine the breach notification obligations like GDPR, HIPAA, or any other compliances, advises on the evidence handling and legal risks, prepare disclosure to regulators and partners. The PR and communication team develops internal and external communication, protect brand reputation with accurate updates, coordinates messages with legal and executives. The CEO and the board, a very, very strong and important role the CEO and the board plays here, which receives key briefing from the CISO and the CIO, makes final call on business decision, the public disclosure, the insurance, budgets, and everything. Supports investors and customer confidence. Now let's go through what you actually do step by step in such situation. Phase one, the detect and triage, in which We activate the incident response team, declare the incident formally, define the scope, systems affected, credentials stolen, and data loss. The phase two contain, in which we isolate compromised systems from the network, disable stolen credentials, and reset access, block attacker persistence mechanisms. Phase three, preserve evidences. This is a very important aspect which at times we miss out because of being under pressure or urgency. Preserving evidences, where collect logs, firewall records, memory dumps, store in a secure forensic repository. The phase four, eradicate, in which we remove malware, the intrusion, patch exploited vulnerabilities, validate no traces remain. The phase five, the recover phase, in which we restore systems from clean backups, monitor systems for re entry signals, bring service back online in controlled phase. And finally, create a very important list of lessons learned, hold a post incident review, update playbooks, policies, defenses, and also they train the team on findings that have been identified and what we could do differently to avoid such situations in future. So here are the tips security leaders learn the hard way. Number 1, do not panic. Deceive actions, beat chaos. Preserve forensic data before wiping systems. That's number 2. And number 3 is communicate regularly with clear facts. And finally, the number 4, don't assume backups are clean. Verify their integrity. Breaches aren't hypothetical nightmares. They will happen to organizations of all sizes. Knowing your playbook and who does what before it happens is the difference between recovery and catastrophe. If you found this useful, hit subscribe, share with your security teams, and let me know in the comments what breach scenario do you want to be covered in the next video. Stay aware, stay secure.